From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Washington now brings this out. Oh, there's a big hit right away as he's knocked down hard on the opening kickoff. Now Murray off play action. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. You talk about this Miami defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And a quick throw here that's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. An audible here to get a new look. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. That is caught. He will have the conversion and more than that. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point forthcoming. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Washington now to return it. And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Murray now on first down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Murray now. flush to his right. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Play fake. Murray sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You talk about this Rams defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Murray to air it out again. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. There he goes, right side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, LA. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. On the return, Malik Washington. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On first down, back to Achane. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now off to the races down the right side. Inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in his first half. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 2nd down and 8. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They're going for it. It's Murray being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They run over center with Mitchell. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Another run with Mitchell. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Malik Washington deep for Miami. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt him just 24 yards there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half.
And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now Achane on 1st and 10. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Murray. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run, Achane. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Achane. He can't get him down. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other,
taking it right down Broadway. Still going inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play action. Stafford steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Again, it's Achane. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 44. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. What the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Buying time to his left. The 20, 10, and yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Stafford. And that's caught by Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Here comes 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
What a call right there. That is so well executed offensively. A massive play in this game. And now all of a sudden, they are in field goal range. And with a chance to walk out of here winners.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 228 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. First throw of overtime for Murray. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Running right, here's Achane. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Being chased out left. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll buy some time right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stun.